Good morning, I'm Paolo del Rosario. Welcome to Weather HQ. Today's headlines. Preparations are in full swing for the grand celebration of the Chinese New Year based on the lunar calendar. A consumer watchdog warns the public about the presence of toxic chemicals in Lucky Charms. I'll speak with Eco Waste Coalition later on in the show. And we'll give you the weather in various continents in the global weather. Two major weather systems are impacting the country today. Let's take a look at the local weather. The shear line is affecting Palawan and the Visayas, while the northeast monsoon is influencing the rest of Luzon. Palawan and the Visayas, as well as the Nagat Islands, will experience cloudy skies, scattered rains, and isolated thunderstorms due to the shear line, while the northeast monsoon will continue to bring cloudy skies and rain to the Batanes region, Cagayan, and Isabela. Now, for the rest of the country, including Metro Manila, you will see partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rains. Now, let's see how the sea conditions are affected by this. Regarding the sea conditions, a gale warning is in effect for the western, northern, and eastern seaboards of northern Luzon, particularly in the Batanes, Babuyan Islands, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, Cagayan, and Isabela. Mariners in these areas are advised to avoid venturing out to sea due to the expected rough to very rough sea conditions. Meanwhile, light to moderate seas are forecasted for the rest of the country, but mariners are still encouraged to take advantage of the favorable conditions, but to remain vigilant and alert and be ready to take the precautions if the weather changes. Now let's take a look at the forecasted temperatures and weather conditions for key cities and provinces all around Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao as provided by the Metro Weather System. Let's go first to the northern part of the Philippines. Let's take a look at Basco. Basco, Lawag, and Tuguegarao will all experience cloudy skies and are expected to have occasional sunshine, which should help moderate the temperatures in these areas. In Basco in particular, temperatures here will range from 17 to 18 degrees Celsius over in Basco. Now you move down to the south there, to Tuguegarao, we'll see slightly warmer temperatures ranging from around 20 to 24 degrees Celsius, while in Lawag, despite the cloud cover, you're going to see temperatures rising to around 28 degrees Celsius. Let's take a look at Apari, where Apari will have rainy weather here throughout the day. It will persist. It will bring cool temperatures throughout this part of the country, ranging from 21 to 22 degrees Celsius, making for a more refreshing atmosphere. Residents over at Vigan can expect sunny weather, which will lead to soaring temperatures, though, possibly reaching to a high of 29 degrees Celsius as the sun shines brightly over the city. Take a look at Baguio and Dagupan. You will have partly cloudy skies. In Baguio and Dagupan, temperatures in Baguio in particular will still remain cool, ranging from 13 to 22 degrees Celsius, while Dagupan will have 22 to 31 degrees Celsius as the high. A bit warmer weather over there. Now, it will be one of the hotter regions in the country, so make sure you watch out for that. Let's go on a bit south to the central Luzon region, particularly in Casiguran. Cloudy skies with rain showers are expected over in Casiguran. Here, the temperatures will expected to rise to around 27 degrees Celsius. Over in Gapan, in Tarlac, Angeles, Subic Bay, Mariveles, and Metro Manila, today will be marked by cloudy skies and the occasional sunshine. Maximum temperatures in these areas could range between 29 to 32 degrees Celsius as the high, with Mariveles reaching a high of around 29 degrees Celsius in particular right over here. Metro Manila, Angeles, Gapan will all experience around 30 degrees Celsius as the high in those particular areas of the country, while Tarlac will see a slightly higher temperature here with 31 degrees Celsius, while the temperature in the region will top up at 32 degrees Celsius in Subic Bay. Now, in Iba, partly cloudy skies are expected throughout the day, with the hottest conditions likely occurring in the afternoon, when temperatures may climb to around 30 degrees Celsius over here. Now, that is including the sun peering through as well. Now, let's go on over to the southern part of Luzon. Let's take a look at Tagaytay and Daet. In Tagaytay and Daet, pleasant weather with no rain is expected. Of course, comfortable temperatures are also going to be seen here. Tagaytay will have a 19 to 23 degrees Celsius range in terms of their temperature, while Daet is expected to have 25 to 28 degrees Celsius, so a bit warmer over in Daet. Let's take a look at Calamba and Legazpi. Cloudy skies expected there as well as in Verac, Romblon, and Coron. Now, occasional sunshine is also forecasted in these areas. Temperature over in Calamba and Romblon could reach up to 27 degrees Celsius, while Legazpi will continue to experience slightly warmer conditions with temperatures rising to around 29 degrees Celsius over in Legazpi. While taking a look at Verac, you'll see temperatures rising to around 30 degrees Celsius, while Coron, on the other hand, as I make my way to the other side of the map, will rise to around 32 degrees Celsius, as you can see over here. Meanwhile, in Puerto Galera and Sorsogon, you will have mostly cloudy skies with rain showers and possible thunderstorms expected throughout the day. Temperature in Puerto Galera and Sorsogon will reach a high of 27 degrees Celsius. Now let's go on over to the next group of islands. Let's go to the Visayas region. Cloudy skies with a high likelihood of rain showers are expected over in Bacolod and in Metro Cebu. Now, Dumaguete, Tagbilaran, Tacloban, as well as Catarman will also experience the same conditions. Tacloban and Bacolod, as well as Catarman, will experience temperatures around 28 to 29 degrees Celsius, while Metro Cebu, Tagbilaran, and Dumaguete will be slightly warmer, when around 30 degrees Celsius, as you can see over here. Taking a look at Boracay and Iloilo, though, different weather conditions here, a bit drier with cloudy conditions expected to prevail throughout the day, though there will be the occasional breaks of sunshine, providing brief periods of clear skies. Boracay will have a milder temperature, with around 27 degrees Celsius being the high over in Boracay, while Iloilo will experience warm conditions of around 29 degrees Celsius. Now, the expected temperatures over in Mindanao as we go further down south, let's take a look at Zamboanga, Dipolog, Cagayan de Oro, General Santos, and Metro Davao. All of those places will experience cloudy weather conditions. Zamboanga and Dipolog in particular will have hotter weather compared to the rest of the region, reaching up to 33 degrees Celsius. So do watch out, stay hydrated if you're in those areas. Let's take a look at Metro Davao and General Santos. Now, these areas will also be quite warm. In Metro Davao and General Santos, the temperature could rise up to 32 degrees Celsius over in Davao, General Santos with 31 degrees. Cagayan de Oro will be slightly cooler than that, but not by much, 24 to 30 degrees Celsius with the cloudy skies with higher chances of rain showers and thunderstorms expected. Now, same thing for Marawi and Butuan. Marawi and Butuan having temperatures, well, cooler in Marawi, 20 to 26 degrees Celsius as typical in the region. Marawi is some of the coolest, and over in Butuan, around 24 to 31 degrees Celsius expected there. Now, when we return, we'll have the National Coordinator for Eco Waste Coalition, Eileen Lucero, to talk about some toxic lucky charms. Stay tuned. You're watching Weather HQ.
Ito po si Father Nono.
Ako po si Father Fiel Pareha.
Ako si Risa Singson Kaupeng.
Kape at pandasal na po tayo. Ito po si Cardinal Chito Tagli.
Your newest source of news and information.
That's it?
Follows you everywhere, every day.
Wow.
Oh, man.
On cable and free TV. Online.
He joins us from the Batasan Converge.
On mobile.
Simulan na natin ang agenda. No privacy.
This is BNC, and we are everywhere.
Good morning, I'm Mikey Oreta.
Ferdy Salvador,
Welcome to Industry Beacon,
where we shine a light on the trailblazers.
the disruptors and the industry leaders shaping our future,
And in each episode, we explore how they're staying ahead in their fields.
one industry at a time.
It's a good opportunity to come from Australia here to the Philippines.
AC Health has launched groundbreaking initiatives to improve access to care.
I'm so thrilled we opened the country's first cancer-only hospital.
Industry Beacon on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Welcome back. You're still watching Weather HQ. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Preparations for the Chinese New Year festivities this Wednesday are in full swing in two of Metro Manila's busiest Chinatowns. January 29 is a special non-working day. Hannah T reports.
Food takes center stage at Quezon City's Chinatown. As the Chinese New Year approaches, we visited some of Banawe Street's famous restaurants to try their best seller. At Gin Hockey Dumplings, customers keep coming back for their steamed shrimp and pork dumplings. Their beef soup is also a crowd favorite, infused with aromatic spices and a perfectly balanced flavor. Meanwhile, the 30-year-old restaurant Mui Hong offers fresh lumpia. Their menu also features kikiam, siomai, and the unique oyster cake. Apart from food, the city is preparing for a grand Chinese New Year celebration.
We have foreign groups coming in. We are also briefing them about this place. We are also bringing them to enjoy the food here and also inviting them to invest.
The city has allocated 1.5 million pesos for the event preparation. Nearly 50 exhibitors will participate, showcasing artisan products and traditional Chinese cuisine. In Binondo, Manila, the Prosperity Tree at Plaza San Lorenzo Ruiz has been lit. Mayor Honey Lacuna, along with other officials, led the ceremony to formally kick off Chinese New Year festivities in the world's oldest Chinatown. On January 28, the Chinese New Year countdown will take place at Jones Bridge at 11 p.m., while the Grand Parade will kick off at 2 p.m. from the old post office site. Lucky bracelets are a hit this year. Binondo sellers say the future dusk bracelet, representing transition from darkness to light, are perfect for those embracing big changes in life. Black bracelets are also popular, believed to bring business prosperity, wisdom, and stronger friendships. Hannah T, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Lucky charms abound in time for the Chinese New Year celebration. But Toxic's watchdog Eco-Waste Coalition warns the public about bracelets that may contain high levels of cadmium that is dangerous to one's health. Joining us via Zoom is Eco-Waste Coalition National Coordinator Eileen Lucero. Magandang umaga po. Thank you very much for joining us.
Magandang umaga, Paolo, at sa lahat ng nakikinig at nanonood sa iyo ngayong umaga na to.
Okay, not to rain on anyone's parade, but of course, we mentioned the presence of cadmium in some Lucky Charms potentially and some jewelries in particular. Unang-una po, ano po ang cadmium and why is it used in jewelry making?
Ayan, so cadmium is a chemical, no? However, ito yung nakikita natin na number 48 is letter CD, no, sa ating chemical content, no? So, cadmium is a human carcinogen, no? Ginagamit siya para magdagdag ng bigat, no? To add weight and mass and dagdag ng kintab, no? Sa mga bracelets, no? So usually sa jewelry, no? However, if they use cadmium, it exerts toxic effects, no? On the kidneys, ganun din sa skeletal and the respiratory system. Yun nga, sinabi ko kanina, human carcinogen, right? So it can cause cancer.
So before we go on to yung presence po nila and of course the testing that you have done on certain Lucky Charms, just how dangerous is it for health? You mentioned possible carcinogenic po siya. Just how much of it will actually make it dangerous for humans po?
Yeah, so as per pag European Union kasi pinagbawal niya na yung paggamit ng cadmium sa mga jewelries, no? So if merong cadmium yung jewelry, makukuha yung exposure through the swallowing, no? O kaya yung repeated na pagkagat, mouthing nung jewelry, no? Kaya masyado siyang delikado, lalo na dun sa mga bata na younger than 6 because they have this hand-to-mouth
Yeah.
practice no, na lahat ng hawakan ay nilalagay sa bibig. No? And especially these young kids, nasa developing stage pa sila. No? So that is, the exposure is really dangerous and it depends kung gaano kadami yung cadmium na nakalagay sa isang jewelry, no? At kung gaano kadalas at katagal ito kinakagat o sinusubo ng mga bata.
Could you give us more details about the Lucky Charms that your group specifically has tested for cadmium? Ano po ang proseso? And of course, can you give us a bit of an insight on the results that you found?
Yes, so Equities Coalition has conducted random testing. No? We had a random sampling in Binondo, in Quiapo. No? So we procured 25 red string bracelet na merong tiyaw. No? Tiyaw is a mystical Chinese culture na. Sabi nga, it would bring luck. No? Nakakahatak daw ito ng swerte. No? But then, doon sa aming mga nabili, which is ranging from 35 to 95 pesos lang, no? Na nasa baketa, no? Na iba-ibang bracelet. Meron dong 18 na bracelet that contains extremely high cadmium content, no? As per the European Union, kanila lang allowable limit is 100 parts per million, no? So that's 0.01% lamang dapat yung merong isang jewelry. But then Equities Coalition, using the X-ray fluorescence analyzer, spectrometer, ito yung digital, no? Na point and shoot, no, na lumalabas yung resulta na kung merong chemical. We found 18 bracelets to contain excessive amount, no? We even have 100 parts per million, no? Yung isang nakita ng Equities Coalition, no? So that is way mataas doon sa expected na dapat allowable lang. Yan. So pero meron din kaming nakita na 7 items which was screened also with that metal pendant na wala. No, so nawala naman siyang content na cadmium na nagpapakita lang na manufacturers can also make this kind of bracelet without the use of cadmium. No, so pwede pala, no?
So I know there are some people who might be concerned baka yung mga Lucky Charms na binibili nila actually do have cadmium. How can they ensure na cadmium-free yung binibili po nila?
Ayan, sadly, they could not differentiate it, no? Ordinary consumers would not be able to differentiate Lucky Charm bracelets with a non-cadmium, no? It has to ensure muna yung dapat na i-test yan, no? That they are duly regulated. Dapat ganun na titest siya prior to sale. Kasi hindi talaga, mahirap talaga ma-identify which one has and which one has not.
Is there no labels yet regarding some, at least with regard to some sellers that will guarantee na cadmium-free po ba? Or are we not yet at that level of awareness with regard to this particular issue?
And so, Equities Coalition is really urging jewelry manufacturers, distributors, and sellers na maglagay ng label, no, at mag-disclose ng mga chemical compositions sa products nila. Kasama yung hazards they pose in the environment, no, and the humans. But sadly, even though we're requiring label requirement, ay walang naggagawa dito, no. That's why we kept on telling government agencies to review regulatory standards, no, and fix yung apparent gaps, no, that allow this high content ng mga chemicals sa mga jewelry items natin.
Is that the next step po for regulation and enforcement of whatever existing legislation that is present to try and help curb toxic charms from actually being sold?
Yes, Equities Coalition is really pushing for the next step, no, and urging government officials and government agencies to conduct essential information education campaign, lalo na pagdating lang sa policy, no? Dahil nag-worry lang kami na every time we release sampling and makakita kami ng ganito ay parang after mainit yung issue ay nawawala na din sa likod ng ng ating agencies, no, na they have to come up with the policy and urge and strictly enforce yung labeling requirements, no? So, actually, hindi lang siya dun sa mga jewelries, Dapat lahat ng product sa merkado ay dapat pinag-aaralan, tinetest muna at dapat laging merong labeling requirements para merong choice ang ating mga consumers on what to buy. No? Each consumer has the right to know and right to ask.
Thank you so much for all of that and all of the insight. That is Eco-Waste Coalition National Coordinator Eileen Lucero. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Paolo.
Coming up, global weather is up next. Keep it here. You're watching BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Welcome back. This is Weather HQ. Let's take a look at the global weather. Storm Herminia brought heavy rainfall to western France, particularly affecting the city of Rennes and surrounding towns in Brittany. Floodwaters submerged neighborhoods in Le Pont-Rion and Guipry-Messac, forcing residents to protect their homes and evacuate with the help of rescuers. France's National Weather Agency issued a red alert for Ille-Villain department due to the risk of major flooding. Efforts to assist residents and assess the damage continued as floodwaters slowly receded. Now let's take a look at the weather across Europe, starting off in Manchester and Paris. Both cities will continue to experience cloudy skies, with Paris also facing windy conditions. Temperatures remain quite low, with Manchester experiencing 8 degrees Celsius, but Paris is slightly warmer than that, but still at cool 10 degrees Celsius. Over in Rome and Amsterdam, cloudy skies are expected to be accompanied by rain showers. The weather will be a bit cool in Amsterdam, around 9 degrees Celsius over there, while Rome will be a bit warmer with 15 degrees Celsius. Over in Athens, it'll be much warmer, much more pleasant in terms of the weather, with plenty of sunshine to be had, making for a lovely day at 18 degrees Celsius. Now, moving on over to Asia. Let's take a look at Tokyo and Seoul, where cloudy skies are forecasted. Tokyo will see a temperature of around 14 degrees Celsius, and Seoul, of course, will experience a negative 2 degrees drop there. Tokyo with the 14 degrees Celsius, of course, making it a cool day, easy day to go out. However, with Seoul's freezing conditions, with the temperatures at the -2, make sure that you are bundled up and ready for that sort of weather. Moving on to Macau. Macau is expected to enjoy clear skies and sunny weather with a pleasant 18 degrees Celsius over in Macau. In Bangkok, partly cloudy skies will dominate with the occasional cloud cover and warmer temperatures around 33 degrees Celsius. So very much like the Philippines in terms of the weather right now over in Thailand. Let's take a look at Kuala Lumpur, though, where you will experience rainy weather as cloudy skies will bring rain showers and thunderstorms with temperatures rising to around 32 degrees Celsius. Again, very much like the Philippines in the Southeast Asian region. Now let's take a look at the land down under. Let's go to Australia. Melbourne and Hamilton, the weather will be predominantly cloudy throughout the day. Over in Melbourne, you can experience 22 degrees Celsius, so it'll be very mild over there, while Hamilton will experience slightly warmer temperatures, reaching a high of 24 degrees Celsius. Taking a look at Sydney, Australia, cloudy skies are expected, as well as in Townsville, but there is a higher chance of rain showers and thunderstorms, particularly in the afternoon. Townsville will have a moderate temperature of around 29 degrees Celsius, offering relatively tolerable conditions. On the other hand, Sydney, despite the rainy weather, will have a much hotter day. Temperature soaring to a scorching 40 degrees Celsius, which could lead to some heat-related issues, so it's important to stay hydrated. In Adelaide, the weather will be favorable with clear skies and temperatures around the 27 degrees Celsius mark, providing comfortable conditions for outdoor activities. Let's take a look at what's happening in the United States. And here, let's go on first to the West Coast. In Los Angeles, cloudy skies are expected with occasional rain showers, with temperatures hovering around the 14 degrees Celsius mark, making for a cool yet slightly wet day. Moving on to Boston, Cleveland, Dallas, and Miami. Sunny weather all throughout here in all these places that we are mentioning, providing generally pleasant conditions. Cleveland will be relatively cold despite the clear conditions with just 1 degree Celsius being the temperature there. While Boston will have a milder, slightly milder temperature with 3 degrees Celsius, while Dallas will see moderate temperatures around 12 degrees Celsius. Miami will enjoy the warmest conditions in amongst the places that we are monitoring here with 24 degrees Celsius, making it the warmest for the day. And that's Weather HQ for today. Join me again tomorrow, whatever the weather, here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Have a great morning.